Okay, much love everyone. Or is the chat portion. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to connect. It's been a little bit, takes a little bit of time. So all right, much love, blessings, and okay, I have an idea what might come through. Okay, all right, blessings, and here we go. Love to all of you. This is Raphael. There's many hearts here that need to be fulfilled, especially in this time of holiday, of consumption. With much love consumption is sometimes hard to connect to in this time in your work. So whenever you are ready, I am happy to assist.
Hello, Raphael. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
First question's from Moses. Any positive messages from my higher self or main guides?
Yes, indeed. Yes, to be more of yourself, to let go of what others think, and just to let out what needs to be said. You will know when this time comes. I believe you've had situations where sometimes you hold things back. But there will be times in your future where you are needed to be heard. But also, as much reptilian around you, that is still holding you back from your spiritual connections. That is for you to unwind by visualizing light around you of your angel energies. Visualize yourself as an angel to release this past that you no longer need. So you can imagine the wings around you pushing things away, allowing yourself to let in what needs to be let in. Because sometimes these things of your past are keeping you away from your potential. Blessings.
Okay, second question from Moses. Who, what, and when was I in my last incarnation?
Well, you are many things in your last. You had many incarnations, but you had a carpenter lifetime in the year 1800s. And it was, I believe it was in your Americas at one time, but you did live in your Europe. You did travel. So you were quite a successful one in that field. And you had a Spanish connection there. You were middle class, let's put it that way. But you did well. Blessings.
Okay, next is from Daria. I don't know if you need her last name, Daria Dederda. First question, any revealing stories from you to me?
Yes, you had lifetimes as an Arcturian that was sometimes, I want to use the word out of control, but not necessarily in a bad way, but a one that was very sneaky but needed information to heal oneself. You were very active and moving things around to have knowledge. Not to say that you were bad, but mischievous, not at all, but one that was very active and sometimes too active for others to handle. But it was all good. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Daria. Do I have a twin soul in this incarnation, and have I met him?
You do have a twin soul, but as for meeting him, it's a high possibility. It is up to you. You have not quite decided on that. You're still trying to figure out if you need him or not. Blessings.
Okay, next is for Marianne 9999. Any messages from my angelic aspects?
Yes, the family around you can be quite draining. And to recharge is to not to forget about the sun, to allow the sun energies to connect to you. Also, this connection with your family can disconnect you from what you wish to be a part of. It is up to you to find what brings life back to you. What is it that brings happiness to you? Because this is what you need to connect to bring in your, what is what you want in your life. Sometimes there's a question mark there, but we do feel you will find this. It is a journey, not an easy one. It was never intended to be easy. Blessings.
This is for Marianne as well. Any messages from my niece Shaylin?
Messages to her is to be careful who you speak to. Sometimes you can't always trust who's around you. Blessings.
Okay, next is Carol McLaughlin. Are there any messages for me?
Yes, the Palladian energies have been quite strong with you, and you've been connecting to the higher realms of the Palladian councils recently. As for the Earth Project, you are a mother within the Palladian Council. You have many of your children in the higher ups. So I believe you can connect to this. You have a lot of reptilian connections, yes, but your Palladian connections are very stronger, actually. You're bringing a peacefulness to this reality. So I imagine you can connect to that with meditation or however you like.
Second question for Carol. May I have some necessary DNA infusions?
The Elohim would be good. And also, the Palladians will be much helpful for that, and also Archangel. Yes.
Okay, we have some more from Moses because the other ones we had were older ones. So last week I saw the same bright light above the city I saw last time. It appeared another 3 times again last week. The light stayed in the air for a couple hours. I can't imagine that it was for my eyes only to see. It must have been seen by more people. Can you tell me more about this, and does it have a message for me again?
That was from a Palladian energy. And their message to you is to continue on your path, but to also open up more. You're letting go of your Anunnaki connections. And the Palladians will bring much assistance. Understand also in astral there's a slight war going on between you and your Anunnaki connections. As you letting go of the past, some have very difficulties letting go of these things. but you're bringing in more of a Palladian, Arcturian reality into your world. And seeing this is also to show you that there is more going on than your reality. Blessings.
Okay, another question for Moses. Can my daughter receive some healing? She's been sick for 4 weeks now, and she might have pneumonia. Thank you and blessings.
She is close to ammonia, but I do not see her having ammonia. But yes, we will send her energies. Blessings.
Okay, next is Migs1111. First question. I want to get in touch with my higher self. How do I make that happen?
Through meditation, but also reaching your higher self might take some time because you have to get used to it. Allow the ego to relax and let spirit speak to you. And it will come through quite clearly.
Okay, next question from Migs. What is important for me to know at this moment?
That you are loved by not just God, but the angels and those in your family that have crossed over, but also your family that are in your living time. And you can bring them all together. Eventually, your family in your reality will eventually connect to those that have crossed over, and also the angels and God will all interconnect. So leave that reality open, where you can all mingle together without having this fear that when someone crosses over, they are gone forever. That's far from the truth. They're actually closer to you than they ever have before. And also in the form they wish to be in. So it is for families of all this world to realize that is just another experience, a new beginning.
Okay, we have a question for Kim Rooney. Are there any messages for me from anyone?
Yes, God says hi, and He wishes for you to connect to Him more. Yes, He says He knows you well.
Okay. Next, I'm going to jump to Stephen Davies. Any messages for me?
Yes, there's like a puzzle around you at this time, but you are figuring out the pieces, aren't you? There's so much more to learn. Also, your alien friends want you to know that of a fox being that is around you is a positive one. It is one that you had many lifetimes with, of the canines, and it brought much joy to you. It's actually a humorous one. It is for you to imagine. I believe you can connect to it as I speak about it, but bring much laughter to you because there was many good lifetimes there. And in this reality, you are connected to many things that bring those realities back into your human experience. And you can also share this when the time is right. But this is a personal connection between you and the fox. But there's much more. There's a family of them. So you can do that.
Okay. Second question for Stephen Davies. I was meditating in bed and felt a strong pulling on my body and felt like I was going to lift out of the bed. It looked like I was traveling somewhere in my mind. What was this all about?
You're connecting more to your spirit, higher self. The Palladians are much with you at that time to assist you. I believe you're going to a Palladian ship. But there are many beings there. Arcturian, reptilian. You're shifting dimensions also. It also seems like you're getting younger, soul-wise. You're feeling more ageless within. And that also helps the age on the outside also. Archangel Michael also wants you to know that you are well protected during that type of situation. Nothing to worry. You are astral traveling, you're just remembering it a little bit more. At least the process of going into it. Lessons.
Okay. Next up is Liz C. Lewis. I'm having trouble obtaining and raising my vibration and often asking my higher self for help. My question is, are there any messages for me on that?
to raise your vibration is to be around nature. To take a nature walk will bring much assistance to this. Also, some do recommend sleeping in nature if it's even possible in your area. It is not always a wise decision to do that because of the vibration of your world. But it is good to be closer to nature. That will help you raise your vibration. And once you get used to it, the elementals, you will feel their energies and feel more attuned to raising your vibration that way. Blessings.
Okay, next question for Liz. Wanting to learn how to channel, hearing herself channeling 24 hours a day, but it's different than what Ivan does. Are there any messages in relation to her channeling?
She is already channeling at this time. Everyone's different. Some of it's automatic writing, so just go by what comes through. You are connecting to angels and your other self, your higher self at this time. So that feel like you are not accomplishing anything, but you are accomplishing much. Just continue in this process, but make sure there's a positive energy around you, but you will master it over time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Chloe. Can you tell me a little bit about what I did in astral tonight? And this was 5 days ago. I fell asleep listening to a podcast about Pizzagate, and I can usually recall my dreams, but I couldn't today.
Because around that, there is a negative energy. There's a lot of disinformation there, but also many teachings there. So I would stay away from that for a little bit, but it is not helping your vibration at this time. Blessings. I have nothing else to time.
Okay, second question for Chloe. When animals are sleeping, are they still experiencing themselves as cats and dogs, or is there a consciousness in a different form?
Yes, they can. Well, they go into astral quite a lot, and they do keep that form. Some do change, and most of the time they keep that form. And they're well aware of humanity, how it's not understanding their presence here. So, yes, they are assisting not just family, but many. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Shao. In the recent weeks, I've constantly bumped into a few old acquaintances and former colleagues, and even those I didn't know for a long time or haven't met in a long time. Are there any spiritual meanings behind any of this phenomena, or just pure coincidence?
No, they have many teachings for you to see from their perspective, and also to help you calm down your tension that's around you. It does help. It is like medicine, meeting these people. So it is good for you. So there's no coincidence. It's a healing for you and also for them. You all have the energy exchange, which is very good. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Shao. What is my connection with the Silver Pleiadian Shao? Is he my guide?
Shao is very connected to you. Almost like a brother. He is there to bring you guidance, but also you're bringing him guidance. They're very much a close friendship. You can go, it is beyond family, but it is, your knowledge is going into him, and as he is being channeled, your knowledge is being sent out to others. Blessings.
Okay, next question is from Crystal Eve Snow. Does Archangel Michael have any messages for me?
Yes, it just says that everything will be fine. There is some tension around you at this time, but to just stay positive, which you are. These lessons are here for a reason, but they seem to be putting you in a place that you might feel uncomfortable to some degree. But for the most part, you are connecting to him a lot recently because you had brother and sister lifetimes in another reality. And that will come to you over time. As canines and other beings. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Crystal Eve. What jobs am I doing in astral?
Humanitarian. Much humanitarian. All throughout the galaxy. You have different aspects that are doing much. A lot of it's around the grays. And mostly around the grays. They seem to need your effort, your help much. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Thomas Peterson. The last few days there have been many things coming up which have stuck themselves on my heart. I need to make an important choice for my life soon, but it seems the choice doesn't really taste well. Any advice on this?
Well, that choice is all in your hands. So making that decision that is why it does not feel too comfortable, but it is for you to take your life into a new direction. I do not believe it will be a big one, but it is still helpful for you. But it is a decision I do not feel you want to make, but it is one that is much needed. But to meditate and clear the energy out of, there is a lot of toxic energy around that. To fill it with love, and you will know what is right. Feel you around you. Notice, bring in a more positive energy to clear out this uncomfortable feeling, and you will have your answers. Blessings to you.
Okay, second question. I channeled an aspect Azazel yesterday of the Prime Creator. That's the info I got, but I also get that this is an angel-like being, and all beings are aspects of the Prime Creator. Is this a message that we are all aspects of the Prime Creator?
We are all aspects of God, but you're all gods also. So yes, it is much more of this will be, yes, that is true. Yes. Much more of what comes from course.
Okay. Next is for symmetry. Any messages for me?
Yes, recently it seems like you've been connecting much with your Anunnaki and also Palladian selves. You seem to be going through a transition of making the best of this incarnation, but also bringing in a material need of wants into reality without having a school, I believe this makes sense to you, where you can have the things that you want without going through all this schooling. I believe you're making this happen within yourself. We do see also as a possibility of you becoming an entrepreneur, but this is up to you. That energy does live within you, but that is up to you to make that choice. I believe that some of that is there somewhere. Blessings.
Okay. Second question for symmetry. When will aliens finally interact with me?
Well, they're interacting with you right now. They say you're not ready yet. Yes, they say go to Sedona. No, actually, it's much more to it than that. A couple of years, but the vibration that is around you is not really ready for it. You are ready, but your world is not ready. Give it some time. A couple of years. Blessings.
Okay. Next is for Debbie M. Any messages for me?
Yes, there are many that have crossed over, are connecting with you at this time. Loved ones from your family, a grandfather around you at this time. Yes, saying the arts is good for you, and that's already saying. But he said you will understand that. To help with your direction, help you at least ease some tension. That's always saying. Blessings.
Okay. Second question. Are my meditations for the planet being felt and heard?
Yes. Very much. Very much Mother Earth sends her love to you. She certainly does send her love to you.
Okay. Next is for Ra N. Do I have any messages?
You've been connecting to many canines recently for humor reasons. I believe you can feel that. In Astro, been connecting to them much because it's just a good gang to be around. Not to say the others are not good, but the canines are a good for a laugh. They have good sense of humor. Blessings.
Okay. Next question for Ra. I am really fatigued all the time. Is there anything I should be looking into or doing to get my adrenal glands working properly again?
I didn't catch some of that. What was the rest of that? The end of that question.
Sorry, I'll ask it again. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
One part didn't answer. Yeah.
I'll just say it again. I am really fatigued all the time. Is there anything I should be looking into or doing to get my adrenal glands working properly again? Thank you. Much love.
You've been doing much in astral recently. To add more protein to it, but I believe you're already doing this. Just to give yourself some rest. That is all you can do. You've been doing much. Yes, with the canines, with other beings, it seems you've been doing much. Protein would be good, but also it seems like you have not been given enough rest either. So give yourself a break. Your energy will come back shortly.
Okay, next question is from Angie. Are there any messages from the Essassani or Shakani?
Yes, they said that you've been traveling with them recently very much around the planet Venus as for education purposes. You've been going there with the Venetians quite often to take those lessons, this knowledge, and bring it into this Earth's reality. It has been, they say, a lot of Asian energies they've been connecting to recently to assist with their disclosure project. And you've been very much involved with that.
Okay, next up is Gray Joyride. What are some of my main soul contracts?
Find love for thyself, for self-love, also appreciation of family and their roles in this world. That is not always happening. There's much more to this, but appreciation also for yourself. And that has a lot to do with self-love. Because it's not always the little goals. It's, there's big goals in life, but the little ones are actually more important than the big ones. And you are deciphering that at this time.
Okay, second question for Gray. What are some of my subconscious childhood wounds?
Mostly from motherhood, mother energies. That is still with you at this time. Tension from mother. Blessings.
Okay, next up is myself. My name is Stacy. My first question has to do with some emotions I've been feeling lately that I don't necessarily like. So I've been feeling a lot of anger bubbling up, a lot of resentment bubbling up, very short fused, and just wanting to like recluse into my own little place. And there's a part of me that feels like I should be okay to do that, and I should allow myself to be able to go through that and whatever. But then I get disappointed that I'm in that sort of cycle, and I'm just kind of wondering what's going on and why all of this stuff is coming out.
You're going through a cleanse. And it's good to have these emotions and to let these things out. But yes, you're looking for a way of letting these things out peacefully. But sometimes you need to let these things out. You're going through a past life regression that you're not fully aware of at this time. I believe it's of a male energy at one time that you had a reincarnation with. Also a female lifetime in your past that was colliding with that other male, meaning you had one lifetime, then you had another one, and both of them felt unfinished. And now you're going into this, you're cleansing both of them at the same time. So to clear this out is to go into your heart chakra and allow these lifetimes to release, let these negativities release. You might see them, some of them look like a little house on the prairie. To give you an idea of what it might look like. Not necessarily was in America, but it was in that type of time period.
Okay. Yeah, I could see myself living at that time. It's simple.
Try to add some movements to that. But anyway.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Second question for myself, if there's any messages, I guess from you or my higher self.
Yes, your higher self, next year is going to be a very different year for you. A year of transition, but also a year of the alien is what they say. but you will become more knowledgeable of this. We feel more of your alien connections. As for Palladian, Arcturian, and much more than that will become more known to you. Because you will feel their vibrations around and kind of get an idea of what they are doing with the earth and also with humanity. Much of that will come more clearer. And also they're saying, and this is not just to you, but for others, the Native American DNA, how they can connect to aliens and spirit world, is going to become more brought into more of everyone who will be able to connect to that in this coming year. So, of course. So many are becoming more fragile of what is happening. That's all.
Very good. Yeah, clearer information would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much.
Blessings to you. Our heart goes off to your world as it continues its warning. Okay, greetings. All right. Much love, everyone. Blessings.